When I think about all the places I've been all throughout my life, from the early years to the here and now, most of it's been bright. I've been up and down, tear and joy, love and heartbreak too. But what keeps me strong is my love of love and how much I love you. You are my sunshine, you're my moonbeam too. That you're the waves I ride on the ocean blue. You are my sunshine, you're my moonbeam too. That you're the waves I ride on the ocean blue. But when the sky is gray and the rain comes down, I try to not feel blue. I'll light a fire to keep me warm, and then I'll think of you. And with your hair of gold and your scent of spring, you can feel my heart beat true. You are my joy, you are my love, I'm happy as with you. You are my sunshine, you're my moonbeam too. Now you're the waves I ride on the ocean blue. You are my sunshine, you're my moonbeam too. Now you're the waves I ride on the ocean blue. Now when my world grows dim and my last breath drawn, there's nothing I can do. Memories flash with blinding speed of all that I've been through. With the places I've been and people I've known, I hope you won't be blue. Your love we shared and the fun we had, I'm happiest with you. You are my sunshine, you're my moonbeam too. Now you're the waves I ride on the ocean blue. You are my sunshine, you're my moonbeam too. Now you're the waves I ride on the ocean blue. Thanks a lot. And I'd like to thank Dan for having me here today. I know I don't have much of a following here in the Silicon Valley side yet, but I'll work on it. Here's the song I wrote for my daughter, Carly. Early on a Thursday morn was the day that you were born. You were so beautiful in every way. We thank the stars that you came our way. Your sister and your mom and me, now we're so happy as we can be. You made us a family, we're so glad you're here. Carly, I love you, I really love you. And I thank my lucky stars you're in my life, 'cause I love you, Carly, I love you, I really do. Reading stories like The Lonely Doll, The Jolly Postman, and Good Dog Carl. We used to have all sorts of fun. You were the best shot with the BB gun. We sing and laugh into the night. We made up songs that were oh so right. So many years later, we still sing. 'Cause I love you, Carly, I love you. And I thank my lucky stars you're in my life. I love you, Carly, I love you, I really do. You know we had a few rough years, that old time left us both in tears. We seemed to slip apart, no matter how, and you broke my heart. I tried to understand, to be there with a helping hand, hoping time would mend the wounds. But now you're turning 21, looks like we're back to having fun. It sure is nice being close to you again. This song is long overdue, I couldn't write it when I was feeling blue. So let me say it all once again. I love you, Carly, I love you. And I thank my lucky stars you're in my life. I love you, Carly, I love you. I really do. I love you, girl. Thanks a lot. So here's a song. I was sitting on the beach with a buddy of mine, Dan Johnson, who used to own the United Bar in Santa Cruz, and we were in Kauai hanging out on the beach, and I was thinking about how life had changed in the Hawaiian Islands for the Hawaiian people over several generations, with all sorts of people coming in and moving in and changing island life. And then I thought about how life on the island I grew up changed in just one generation, just my own generation, went from sort of a nice lower middle class neighborhood to a slum. You look like France and Germany after the Second World War, burnt out buildings, and it was terrible. So that's why people ask me, what brought you to California? I said, Brooklyn, you know. So my island was Coney Island in Brooklyn. And so this is a song called My Island Home. And that island, again, is Coney Island. The island home where we grew up is just a dream away. Ocean breeze and warm white sand is where we learn to play. Friends and family all around, only childhood cares. Life seems so simple, what little we had we shared. Now I miss my island home, so very far away, measured not in distance, but in times and lives and days. People come, people go, it's happy and it's sad. I'm thankful for my island time and all the love we shared. Some places time is kind, what used to be still is. For me my island's just a memory, but what a lovely memory it is. I'm thankful for my island time and all the fun we had. I'm thankful for my island time and all the love we shared. It's funny, I was talking with Dave from the DTs about Silicon Valley. He grew up in Silicon Valley, and you know, when everything here was all orchards and trees would bloom and everything like that, and the smell of all the different flowers from the trees, you know. I mean, just in his own lifetime, the Silicon Valley here changed in an enormous amount. we talked about the 1 or 2 little spots that you can still find an orchard around here. Hey, so, you know, I just told you that I grew up in Brooklyn and Coney Island, and here's a song that I wrote. And part of the reason why my neighborhood turned to a dump was because of somebody by the name of Trump. And it was Donald Trump's dad, Fred Trump, that wound up doing all this kind of redistricting in Coney Island and Brooklyn, and basically moved people out of one area to build housing and turned my neighborhood into a dump. So, but while it was a really nice neighborhood to live in, while I was there, you know, early on, I lived on Mermaid Avenue. And if you ever heard of Billy Bragg and Wilco, they have an album called Mermaid Avenue, and it's all songs about, you know, all Woody Guthrie songs. Well, Woody Guthrie and Arlo and Nora and the whole family just lived down the street from me. So I didn't know them there, but I mean, you know, but they lived on Mermaid Avenue. So this song that I'm going to sing you called "I Got a Call from 45 Today" is basically references Woody Guthrie, and now you know the story about why I can't stand Trump. My high school has the Fred and Mary Trump scoreboard at Lincoln High School, and my mom was a waitress at the Trump Village Coffee Shop. So. Anyway, this is a love song, sort of. Well, I received a call earlier today from the President of the USA saying he's digging the music that I play. He says it's got some rock and it's got some roll and it's got some country and a whole lot of soul, and he'd like for me to sing a song for him and his pals today. I got a call from 45 today. He says, I'm sorry boys, the White House is a dump, not fitting for any one named Trump, and I'd like for you to play for me and my pals down in Palm Beach. Said his old buddy Putin is coming and he wants to hear the tunes I'm strumming. Can I be there about 8 o'clock tonight? Said he's sending over his private jet to take me to where he's at, and there'll be all sorts of treats on the flight for me, if you get what I mean. Well, the last part sounded mighty good, and it didn't take long to figure if I would, so I thanked him, and this is what I said. I said, now 45, you make me sick. You're an egocentric racist who think you slick, and you and your pals are bringing our country down. Your brain's a cesspool, there's no doubt. The never thought mouth comes out of your mouth, and you and your pals are bringing our country down. That's what I told him. Well, your life's been filled with corruption and graft, and you scammed your way out of the Vietnam draft, and the great negotiator ain't nothing but a con artist from Queens. As I hung up, I told him to kiss my ass, and I rolled me a fatty, some homegrown grass, and I picked up my guitar and I sang a patriotic tune from a guy that lived down on Mermaid Avenue. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Gulf Stream water, from the Gulf Stream water. Well, don't let Trump take it from you and me. One more time. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Well, don't let Trump take it from you and me. Well, oftentimes I had the dream of men and women equal and free, and old politicians sending young folk off to war was history. But for now, all I can do is sing old Woody's tune. So let's all sing it the next time it comes around. Here we go. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. Hey, don't let Trump take it from you and me. One more time. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Now don't let Trump take it from you and me. I said don't let Trump take it from you and me. Resist! Yeah, that's what I told him. Thank you. I got another song that I posted that one, and some guy from down in Monterey gave me all sorts of crap. You know, he's a pro-Trump guy, and we went round and round on, you know, text messaging back on Facebook together, and finally he challenged me to an online live streaming debate on pro-Trump, anti-Trump. And I go, you know, that's ridiculous. Like, nobody's gonna. There's not going to be a conclusion to this thing. You know, it's just going to be. So what I did was I turned around and said, hey, listen, I'll tell you what. I challenge you, instead of doing a, you know, debate about it, why don't we just write songs about it? So I wrote a song called "It Wasn't Billy's Fault" about khaki-wearing, torch-carrying folks, and it's not something I can play because I did it all on the computer with backing tracks and stuff. But I wrote that one, so that's gotten some mileage too. That's up on my website. But here's a song. When I first got to Santa Cruz, I lived up on this mountain peak called Lone Star Peak. It was 1,800 feet up in Bonnie Doon, and no gas, no electricity, no water, no rent, no girlfriend. But I had a guitar and a dog. I was working growing vegetables in an organic garden for the guy who ran the crow's nest in the Shadowbrook, and we brought vegetables there. But anyway, here's a story called Lone Star Peak. Well, I wandered to their shore, 500,000 miles or more, just to find my soul was raging and a stirring. And I found just what I seek between the mountains and the creek, in the loneliness of Lone Star Peak. There ain't no rent that I gotta pay, get my grits in the country way. City ways ain't no more the ways for me. I watched that sun on the Monterey Bay, found a place that I'm bound to stay. When I go, I'll go in Lone Star way. Now in the woods of Bonnie Doon, on the mountains of the moon, there's a cabin on top of a cliffside. And you search both far and wide to find the peace that there abides in the loneliness of Lone Star Peak. Well now, honey, if you come with me, I'll take you to a place that's high and free, 1,800 feet above the sea. Perhaps you'll find the love you seek and help this lonesome freak in the loneliness of Lone Star Peak. Down in the woods of Bonnie Doon, on the mountains of the moon, there's a cabin on top of a cliffside. And you search both far and wide to find the peace that there abides in the loneliness of Lone Star Peak. Here's the sad part. Well, I was sitting on the top one day when two men come up to say, hey kid, you better get off, we're tearing it down. And they did. And then much to my surprise, a beautiful dream burst from my eyes in the loneliness of Lone Star Peak. Now in the woods of Bonnie Doon, on the mountains of the moon, there's a cabin on top of a cliffside. And you search both far and wide to find the peace that there abides in the loneliness of Lone Star Peak. Thank you. You know, when you're sitting up there with no electricity, no internet, nothing. You got time to kind of learn how to yodel. Wasn't too far from. I grew up on the streets of Brooklyn, you know, and singing a cappella doo-wop, you know. So getting over to the yodeling part wasn't all that big of a stretch. Hey, so here's a song that's gaining popularity in Santa Cruz, where I live. I've been trying to get this to become the next Santa Cruz national anthem, and it's sort of working its way on up. As a matter of fact, if any of you ever get a chance to see the Santa Cruz Good Times, I just got to write up in there about music I'm playing, and particularly this song. And so anyway, this is my answer to Merle Haggard's Okie from Muskogee, you know, because in Muskogee they don't smoke marijuana. Well, I live in Santa Cruz. Oh, by the way, there's a sing-along. I know you're not from Santa Cruz, but maybe you can just say, you know, San Jose or, you know, Fremont or Santa Clara or whatever, you know. Insert your own words, you know, if you feel that it's relative. We like to smoke marijuana in Santa Cruz. We don't do other drugs like we've done before. We get stoned and play our kind of music, picking tunes and singing all night long. And we do too. We like hanging out and going to parties, making love with a friend or two. Well, the old days anyway. We like to wear our hair all long and shaggy. Yes, what Merle says about us locals must be true. Here's the sing-along part. And I'm proud to be a Santa Cruz local, a place where we smoke our homegrown weed. It's medicinal. We don't need to go to no dispensary, 'cause we grow a lot more than we need. One more time, you can all sing along if you like. And I'm proud to be a Santa Cruz local, place where we smoke our homegrown weed. We don't need to go to no dispensary, 'cause we grow a lot more than we need. We're always wearing shorts, t-shirts, and flip-flops, shooting down Highway 1 to the beach, waxing up our boards and going surfing, skipping work when the swell is really sweet. And I'm proud to be a Santa Cruz local, a place where we smoke our homegrown weed, and we do. We don't need to go to no dispensary, it's too expensive. 'Cause we grow a lot more than we need. You ever see what they're charging on the taxes? Oh, crazy. And I'm proud to be a Santa Cruz local, place where we smoke our homegrown weed. We don't need to go to no dispensary, 'cause we grow a lot more than we need. Where's that? In Santa Cruz, California, USA. And you know, when you're doing that, when you're smoking dope sometimes and you have your guitar, you pick up and you wind up writing really strange songs, you know. And so you know, here's a song, a little fantasy song of mine, you know, called "That's When I Knew." The sun was setting on a beach that looked like paradise. Not a ripple on the ocean, not a boat out on the sea. She walking towards me, and our eyes met briefly. Her hair was blowing in that early evening breeze. That's when I knew. That's when I knew. Well, she smiled right at me, and it pierced my heart. My voice went silent, you know. I couldn't say a thing. As she walked by, I stopped and looked back at her. A few steps down the beach, she turned back and she smiled. That's when I knew. That's when I knew. The slightest glimpse of love turns a nighttime brightest day. I'm here to say that it happened to me just that way. The birds call out a symphony, a love song for you and me. Now can't you see that I'm so in love? Oh, I'm so in love. Oh, I'm so in love. That's when I knew. That's when I knew. Well, I was trying to get the courage up to think of the right words to say. I tell you, man, I was scared. I didn't want to blow it. But before I could even say anything, she turned back and walked my way. A funny little smile came over her face, and then she said, hello. That's when I knew. That's when I knew. The slightest glimpse of love turns a nighttime brightest day. I'm here to say that it happened to me just that way. The birds call out a symphony, a love song for you and me. Now can't you see that I'm so in love? Oh, I'm so in love. Oh, I'm so in love. That's when I knew. That's when I knew. That's when I knew. That's when I knew. Thank you. That's my latest, greatest tune. Well, I could play another original, but I think I'm going to play a Todd Snyder tune instead.
Nice.
I better have a drink first before I do that. And hopefully this will encourage you to go grab a beer. E-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. E-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 and a car and a key and a sober driver. E-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Well, a couple of frat guys from Abilene rode out all night to see Robert Earl Keen at the Cape Big Swine and Sparry dance to wore baseball cap and khaki pants. Well, they want some zinc, so to save some money, they got them off a hip and it smelled kind of funny. And the next thing you know, they were both really hungry and pretty thirsty too. E-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. E-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 in the car and a key and a sober driver. E-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Well, they found the store that said the beer was the coldest, so they sent in Brad because he looked the oldest. Got a case of beer and a candy bar. Walked on over where the registers are, laid his fake ID on the countertop. The clerk looked at him and he looked back and stopped and said, "Son, I ain't calling the cops, but I'm keeping this card. And the guys took it really hard. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 and a car and a key. Sober driver, B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Well, we met another hippie named Sleepy John, claimed to be the one from the Robert Earl song, so we gave him some cash and he got some brews. Life is beautiful in Santa Cruz. Feeling good shouldn't be a crime. The band was cool and the band was prime. We made it back to the seats in time to sing with all our friends. And the road goes on forever and the party never ends. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 and a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Beer run. Thank you. Well, just talking about time just kind of slipping away and trying to make sure that we have a good time. But here's a song I wrote called Where'd the Time Go? Where'd the time go? Been flying by so the older I get, faster it flies. Where'd the time go? Wishing you were beside me. The night sky's so lonely, here all alone. I can see you and touch you and smell your sweet beauty. You're near and yet you're so far away. In the darkness of the night, in the sunlight of the day, I search for your love, not to find it today. I'll try again tomorrow, and maybe I'll get lucky and have your heart beating right next to mine. Where'd the time go? Been flying by so the kids have moved on and we're here all alone. Where'd the time go? Well, we've grown so you go in your way and me go in mine. In the darkness of the night, in the sunlight of the day, I've searched for your love, not to find it today. I'll try again tomorrow and maybe I'll get lucky and have your heart beating right next to mine. Thank you. Let's see. How much time do I have left?
2 hours.
2. Okay.
Part one. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Talk to Jeremy.
Do something a little bit different here. I think
So,
I'm
I
going
don't
to
know
do
if Jim told you, but like, I lived down the street from him, and he told me about the show. So,
Guy Clark doing
and
that, like-
I saw that you were going. I'm like, oh, where the hell is she? He goes, Jim, I saw you were in the band. How did you guys meet? Oh, we Craigslist, man. Oh, right on. Yeah. So you live in San Jose? Santa Clara. I live in Canada. Right on.
8 years old with a flour sack cake tied around his
Have you
neck.
been down here a long time? Oh, yeah.
He climbed up on the garage, figuring, what the heck? He screwed his courage up so tight, the whole thing came unwound. He got a running start and bless his heart, headed for the ground. Now he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust you can. Now he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust you can. All grown up with a flour sack cape tied around his dreams. He was full of piss and vinegar and busting at the seams. He licked his fingers and he checked the wind. It was gonna be do or die. He wasn't scared of nothing, boy, and pretty sure he could fly. Now he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust you can. Now he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust you can. Old and gray with a flour sack cape tied around his head. He's still jumping off the garage and will be till he's dead. All these years that people say he's acting like a kid. He did not know he could not fly, and so he did. Now he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust you can. Now he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust you can. I think I'd like to go out with just one more song. And, I did not write this song, but you all know this song. And I think we should do a sing-along. You know, I never thought about really singing this. I mean, I always liked this song, but I never thought about this song was appropriate for me because I always kind of associated this with the African American movement in this country. But since we have Trump in the White House, I got a whole new take on this thing. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Darling, here in my heart, oh, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Darling, here in my heart, oh, I do believe we'll walk hand in hand someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Darling, here shall live in peace someday. We shall all be free. We shall all be free. We shall all be free. We shall all be free someday. Darling, here in my heart, oh, I do believe we shall all be free someday. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Darling, here in my heart, oh, I do believe we shall overcome someday. Hey, thank you, everybody. I'm Andy Fuhrman. Thank you, Dan, for having me. Look forward to the great two groups coming up, the Piedmonts and the DTs. I got to tell you, they're really, really great guys. Thank you so much. Nice to play for all of you.
All right, let's hear it for Andy Fuhrman. Coming from the wilds of Santa Cruz, thank you for coming here and keeping it real. Historical note, the beer run song, of course, popularized for our generation by Homer Simpson. So thanks for bringing that down here. Piedmont's coming right up.